I want to state my intentions first. I just think it's really important to get different perspectives, period. I've had the privilege of being able to be in community with different kinds of people. I've been in community with wealthy people who make $500K a year. I've been in communities with people who actively live in a shelter. I'm recognizing now that that's kind of rare. So I just want to share my perspective. Being biracial, experiencing different groups, I was exposed to different cultures. One family is one way, the other family is another way. Also, just seeing how the other video did well, and also understanding that Americans and people in general have a fascination with race and experiences and all that kind of stuff. And I definitely have, I think, a strong perspective being in this body. And I want to share that with you. Black people recognize me as Black, but other folk from around the world, they don't really know where to place me. What are you? I get that so much. And you guys, I know you have curiosity, but it's rude when it's like one of the first 3 questions you ask me about myself. I'm proud of my background and I'm happy to tell people, but the fact that it has to be like one of the first things you know about me, why is it important? There are so many other things to be curious about when it comes to meeting somebody you don't know. Why is knowing my ethnic background important to you? Understanding wealthy white folk culture, understanding working class Black culture, middle class Black culture. And I love culture. I love getting to understand people's culture. What I have realized in white spaces as a biracial person, there is a supremacist attitude that goes unchecked. Listen, I get it. People might hate me for saying this, but I get it. I understand why you would have these underlying white supremacist ideas if you grew up in a school system where you were taught history from a white man's perspective. If you were only taught European history, we dominated everything. We came to America and we did all this stuff and we're about freedom. And if I were white and were taught white history and was taught history from a white perspective, white people did amazing things. Look at that. If I was taught that imperialism was okay, even okay, because sometimes I feel like the perspective of it is great and even awe-inspiring that Europeans were able to create so much wealth for themselves by dominating other cultures. Like the fact that history is taught like that was okay. It was right and good and part of necessity. American education just does not give other people's perspectives besides white. And of course, the white man's perspective about his culture is going to be grandiose. We're all, I hope y'all won't get mad at me, but I don't think there's anything wrong with deifying one's own culture. I think that that's a people thing. My culture's beans and rice is better than your culture's beans and rice. Our music is better than your music. I think that is okay and normal. When that comes with superiority and dehumanization of other groups, that's when it's not okay. But because our history is taught from a white man's perspective, listen, I had to murder those people in order for the team. We had, sorry that y'all died, but we had the manifest destiny. Sorry. And a lot of the history and the brutality of imperialism is horrifying. People, human beings, deserve to be exposed to different perspectives. When we humanize other groups, it's not supremacy anymore. It's preference. It's preference. But I think people are confused. They don't, that line between preference and supremacy is blurred. And that's what I want to bring up to the surface, that when this is what I sense from white people when I'm around them. It's not that they're trying to actively dehumanize people. It's just that the culture and the things and the perspectives that they've been exposed to are so one-sided. I'm going to be honest with you. If I were white and were exposed to the very same things, I would probably be white supremacist too. I'm not even white. And yet from the culture, from the education system that I was in, from the images that I consumed, I also adopted white supremacist ideas. I wanted hazel eyes, I wanted green eyes, I wanted my hair texture to be softer and my curls to be looser. Culture in its essence, in its truth, is nourishing. It nourishes the spirit, it nourishes the soul, it makes you feel full, it fills your cup up with love. It makes you want to give to people. It makes you want to connect with people. But the shit that white people are getting fills them with hatred. That's not culture. Fills them with anger and fear. That's not culture. The perspectives that we're getting from the media are designed to be divisive. I will say that in every single video if I have to. If our citizens are properly educated, we can make society better for everyone. I don't want anyone to have their human dignity shat upon. And you're damn right, I feel silly with my 2,629 subscribers thinking that I can make a difference. But I'm trying. I'm gonna try. Because I'm seeing what's happening in our world and I'm sick. The level of suffering, the level of dehumanization, I could not have imagined. I could not have even imagined the kind of cruelty other humans are capable of. It was not even in my imagination the level of brutality and violence that happens in our world. Please watch my video on human dignity. I have plenty of opinions, but I'm looking at the way our media is set up. And I'm thinking, hold on. It's not important for me to share my opinions. I want to share my perspective. And I want to help people unite because together we are stronger. It's an African philosophy, Ubuntu. I am because we are. If you're sad, I'm sad. If you're in pain, I'm in pain. But it's not something that's taught in this culture because this culture is mostly about dominance. It's mostly about how can I raise my worth in this system, get more capital. Capital is tied to human worth. The more money I have, the more worthy I am. I will say this in every video if I have to. It's a fucked up system. They don't have a culture that makes them feel secure. They have a culture that makes them feel insecure. Their worth is dependent on all the things I put in that 5 enemies to human dignity. They think like that. They don't feel like they have any inherent worth. Their worth is in capital. And that's the culture. And that's why people are so depraved in this country. And it's not just white people who are depraved, distant from the philosophies and the teachings that will make them feel full of love, full of feeling that they have something to give to the world, that they can make a difference. Okay, that's what I wanted to say. I hope y'all got something from this. I'm really, really passionate about sharing perspectives and getting us to unite. I guess that's what my YouTube channel is about. I don't even really know what my YouTube channel is about. I'm just trying to make these videos every day and put them out. So yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye. Editing Cassandra here. So I want to add something in here. I really want to make a conscious effort to speak in a way, to communicate in a way that doesn't put people on the defensive, but helps open people's minds, because there is so much hatred and so much division and so much fear in America right now, in the hearts and minds of Americans, that I'm just trying to just put a little seeds of like, hey, we can have a conversation. We can have a conversation. Let me open the door. Let me hear you out. But yeah, like if you have only consumed white people's literature, white people's music, if you've only consumed the perspective of white people, of course you're going to be white supremacist in some way or another, regardless of who you are. Even if you're black, if you're Latino, if you're whatever, If you have only consumed the culture of white people, you're going to be latently white supremacist, if that's internalized racism or regular racism. If you have like a racist family member or a family member that has internalized racism, please send them this video. I heard on the internet, I don't know if this is true or not, but that every white person has a racist family member. If you are one of those people, go ahead and send them my video. I just think it might open their minds a little bit to be able to hear somebody's perspective without like making them angry. Like, I really don't want to make people angry. I don't want to put other people on the defensive. I don't want to make people feel scared, but I do want to help open the minds and hearts of Americans so that we realize that we have a lot of misunderstandings. So yeah, share this video or like it, and then subscribe if you want to hear more. Okay, bye.